In this video, I'll be talking about the most recent real estate housing market statistics for Cedar Park, Texas from April 2023, forward-looking metrics to see where the market's heading, have real estate prices bottomed out, why your property taxes are going up even though the market value of your home has gone down, and why someone would want to move in this market. Make sure to leave a comment and let me know what you think is going to happen and any questions you have about Cedar Park real estate. I'm Joyce Peterson, broker and owner of Kopa Real Estate. And before we get started, if you have plans to move, you'll want to attend one of our home selling seminars, either June 1st at 5:30 at Moonshine Grill or online with Zoom. Go to copaseminar.com to register. In Cedar Park on May 1st, there were 94 active homes on the market and 113 homes under contract. 60 homes sold in the month of April at an average dollars per square foot of $229.59. Average sales price in April was $594,944, and the median sales price was $562,250. Now let's take a look at some charts to see if we can tell where the market's going for the rest of the year. Let's take a look at some of the more forward-looking metrics right now, because most of the times when you see real estate statistics in the newspaper or even things that we produce out here, they're often just looking in the future. It's like driving and looking in the rearview mirror. So we want to make sure that we're looking out the windshield, and some of the things that I look at are the number of homes on the market, the homes that have had price reductions, and also the median days on the market. So for Cedar Park, let's take a look at the number of active listings. And here's what happened last year, right? We were going along, everything was fine. And then right after Easter, we just saw homes coming on the market, but more importantly, the homes weren't selling. So the buyers all of a sudden stopped buying, and that caused the number of active listings to increase. And even as bad as it got last year, if you look right here on this chart back 5 years ago, we were still below what it was 5 years ago. But slowly this year at the beginning of the year, and normally the market does bottom out. Last year, we started to see that increase right after Easter. So we're already a couple weeks after that, and what we're seeing is things are basically flat. So homes are coming on the market and they're actually going under contract, and we're just not seeing that growth in active listings. This would be an important one to look at going forward into the end of May and into June. And if we do see the inventory increase, well, that may tell us prices may be a little bit softer at the end of the year. Second one we want to look at is the median days on the market. And I'm looking at the 7-day average here, median days on the market. The reason why this is important is if homes are taking a longer time to sell, that'll probably be because demand has fallen off. And that, again, may not be a great sign for the rest of the year. But if you look last year, the median days really increased, and now it's just gone straight back down again, right? And so we're down to just over 20 days on the market, which is a very strong market, really. And next, we want to look at the properties with price decreases. So this is important because if we start to see more properties staying on the market and then start to see the prices coming down on some of those listings, that's definitely an indication of where we would be more likely to see the market going. So for a time, right, there was almost nothing. Almost every home was selling right away. And then last year, we started to see a lot of price changes. And it was also hard for sellers to kind of wrap their heads around interest rates going up, the market not being quite as good. But now we're seeing this fall right back down to essentially a normal market, right? Looking at 4 or 5 years ago, pre-pandemic levels, that's where we're at right now with this. So that's an encouraging sign. These are things that we're going to be looking at on a weekly basis, and we'll be sure to share this information with you going forward. About this time last year, we saw interest rates increase at a rate never been seen before, along with a dramatic increase in the number of homes on the market. As a result, buyer demand dropped off the cliff, which caused prices to fall around here almost as much as anywhere in the country. Of course, our prices had also gone up so much we had farther to fall. Many buyers, especially those influenced by social media predictions, held off buying, thinking they could wait for prices to crash like in 2008. Instead of seeing a 2008 crash, this spring has seen a resurgence in buyer demand. It appears buyers have gotten used to interest rates in the 6% range and have realized we aren't going back to 3% rates anytime soon, and likely not forever. In addition, we've not seen a spike in new listings like we did in the weeks after Easter last year. 4 of the last 6 homes we listed had more than one offer. Now, that doesn't mean the market's returning to the 2021 craziness. I don't expect that we will see that again. Even when we have multiple offers today, the homes are not selling for $200,000 over asking price. But it does mean, at least for now, real estate prices have bottomed out. We won't really know until later in the year if this is just normal spring seasonal increase in buyer demand or the new normal market, because it's still entirely possible for worse economic data to come out later in the year. For example, Austin has been one of the largest cities hit by tech layoffs. Until last week, I didn't have anyone contact me to sell their home due to losing their job and having to relocate. In the last week, I've had 2 families contact me in that situation. And it could be coincidence or something we look back on in 6 months of a sign of more to come. The Austin Board of Realtors just hired a full-time economist. In a recent interview with KXAN, Claire Losey said that when asked the direction of the market is heading, we're going to see probably continue to see a little bit of a decline or maybe some flatlining. The effects will be mitigated by that stronger job growth, which tends to translate into higher demand for housing. Only time will tell. But what do you think is going to happen? Leave a comment and let me know. Market value down, but the tax value up. What's going on? So if you've looked at your 2023 property tax assessment, you may notice something strange that's been confusing many people. Real life property values are down compared to last year. But for many people, the assessed value of your home has actually gone up. So how is that possible? Well, for many homeowners with a homestead exemption, the maximum your assessed value could go up in a year is 10%. What that means is after the run-up in prices over the last few years, many homes are assessed at significantly under the true market value of the home. And this is just a hypothetical situation, but somebody may have a home that was worth $800,000 last year with an assessed value of only $600,000. In 2023, the market value might be $700,000, but now the assessed value is $660,000 after the 10% increase. So in that situation, the market value dropped $100,000 and the assessed value increased $60,000. Even worse, a homeowner in this scenario can expect that the assessed value go up again in 2024. So there may be some good news for property taxes. In the Texas legislature, there are 2 competing proposals for tax relief for homestead properties. One increases the homestead exemption amount, and the other reduces the cap from 10% to 5%. We'll have to wait and see if either gets adopted for this year. And finally, who's buying and selling right now? At our last home selling seminar, someone asked me this question. She didn't think anybody would want to move with higher interest rates, but my answer was people want to live a better life sooner than later. And there's no real expectation that prices are going to go back to 2021. So we have clients that are moving for all kinds of reasons. They realize we aren't going back to that. It's not going to be like a light switch. And at the same time, all of us only get so many more turns around the sun. So if you've been waiting for the market to stabilize, now is the time. Sign up for one of our home selling seminars or contact me directly at 512-791-7473 to strategize about your situation. Thanks for watching, and we appreciate all your comments and support.